Hi, Brad from wpsites.net. Let's take a look at using inspect element to inspect the CSS and the different HTML elements on your site. In this case, we'll take a look at the entry title. So if you're on a single post, just highlight the title of the post, right click and click inspect element. And in this case we're using Chrome, so different browsers will have different tools. So if you're using Chrome, this is what you'll get. On the left hand side we've got the different HTML elements, and these contain the different selector classes or ID classes. On the right hand side we've got all the styles, so this contains, the right hand window here contains all the CSS rules, and here we've got the entry title class. So any class, selector class that starts in a dot is called a selector class, and any class which starts with a hash is an ID class. So that's how you find the different CSS rules which apply to different HTML elements. Now let's just go and have a look at an explanation of CSS, just to make this more simple. CSS syntax. A CSS rule set consists of a selector and a declaration block. So in our case, the selector was the entry title. This example is showing you the selector of H1, and this example consists of two declarations, and each declaration consists of a property and a value. So in this case, it's color is a property and blue is the value, and the second declaration, font size is the property and 12 pixels is the value. So these two declarations affect this class. So let's just go back to the example and of the entry title. So we inspect element. So in this case, we've got a selector class of entry title, and we've only got one declaration. And that declaration consists of the property and the value, and the property is font size, and the value is 36 pixels. So if we, and that's highlighted there, so that'll come up first in the right hand window. If we wanted to check for the CSS rules which apply to the entry header, we'll just click on entry header there, and it'll show you I've added some custom code here. So it's got two selector classes, dot single, so this CSS rule will only apply to all single posts, and dot entry header, so the CSS applies only to the entry header, and then it's got 1 to 5 different declarations which are style the entry header on all single posts. So we'll go back to the entry title. Now if we wanted to change the size of the entry title, how do we do that? Well, basically we can test it in the browser first, and let's just go down here to the 36 pixels. We'll just click on that. We'll change this to 26. So you can see in the window it's changed. It hasn't actually changed it on your live site, so as soon as you refresh the browser, that will be lost. So what we need to do is go into the style sheet and change the CSS once we've tested it in the browser. So how do we do that? Well, if we click on here, it'll tell you exactly where it is in the style sheet. So the style sheet normally contains a lot of CSS. In this example here, it says that this CSS rule is located in the style.css file and on line 726. So if we click on that, that goes to line 726, and you can see under the title section we've got that exact same CSS rule. So we could actually change it here and test it as well, and this should change. So there you go, we just changed it to 16 pixels or 28 pixels. So now really to make this permanent, It's simply a matter of opening up your style.css file in your child theme, using a code editor. If you're using Windows, try a code editor named Notepad++. If you're using Mac, Text Wrangler is a very good free code editor, and code editors will enable you. They'll add line numbers to your file, so it makes it very easy to find the CSS. So it's simply a matter of opening it up at line 726 and finding this CSS rule and just changing it and making it permanent. So that's all there is to it. So have a look at w3schools.com because it's got some very good information for beginners, and it will just show you the basics of CSS, and also it includes pretty much every single class that's supported by all the major browsers, so you'll be able to learn a lot about CSS. So that's all there is this time, so I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers.